this little worm popped out. Did you see that?
Worms in the body. That sounds absolutely fantastic. That's
You're like, great.
yeah, just lovely. All right, you guys, we're here at the Oakland Zoo. I have never been to this zoo. I'm so excited to be here. We have some special encounters ahead of us. Let's go check them out and have some fun. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Jordan.
Awesome. So you guys, we are here with Chantal. Chantal, what do you do here?
I'm a docent at the Oakland Zoo. I've been a docent for 12 years, and I'm so excited to take you on a tour of our veterinary hospital today.
Well, this is a beautiful facility, and I'm pretty excited to see it. So let's go.
Let's go. Here we go. So what I love about this design is if, say for an example, a zookeeper had monitored a zebra and it was limping, they'd reach out to the veterinarians and say, look, I'm a bit worried, this zebra's limping. They would be able to dart it in its night house, transport it up in a vehicle, right up to this door. There you can see we're right outside. Mm-hmm. So yeah. It's really, it's a wonderful design. Dr. Parrott, who was the president and CEO of the zoo for 37 years, he went with his team to other zoos that have veterinary hospitals on the West Coast and said to them, what shouldn't we do? We want to build the perfect veterinary hospital. And this was the design that they came up with. And I must say, I've been doing tours here since 2012 when we opened, and the flow, it's just incredible. It's really easy to bring animals in and move them from one area to another. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to make you do something fun that I make the kids do. So I want you to all get on the scale together. So Jordan, how much do you think you will weigh on this scale?
So there's 4 of us on here.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my deductive reasoning here. Let's go 620.
620, okay?
Yeah, 620, 650.
Okay.
In that range.
Are you ready for the big reveal?
Yes.
Voila.
Oh, okay.
821.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to offend anyone here.
No,
I don't want to
absolutely
offend anybody.
Our tigers weigh approximately 450 pounds, between 350 and 450. Mm-hmm. So you're like a tiger and a bit, a tiger and a half. But I always love to do that with the kids because it makes them think of their math skills and how many of us are here, and that's an adult's weight, that's a child's weight. So it's just something cool to do. Mm-hmm. And if an animal came into the hospital, this is the journey that it would take. Either being carried on one of these. It's reused fire hose. Mm-hmm. We work really closely with the Oakland Fire Department. And then our zookeepers stitch these together, and I mean, you can see how strong this is.
This one looks like seatbelt material.
It could be, it might be seatbelt, but I know we also use the fire hose.
I know, yeah, I've definitely used the fire hose a whole lot. That's awesome. And
it's so, at the zoo, we're really big on reusing, recycling as many products as possible. So they would carry the zebra in and place the zebra, on the scale or on the equine table that I'll show you in a minute to get its weight. Now, Jordan, why do you think it's so important to get an animal's weight?
Well, because you can probably gauge, if they are underweight, if their body condition is low, or if there's maybe potentially fluids, something inside their body that increase their weight. Yeah. It's just it helps get a better health score of the animal.
Absolutely. And say, for example, the zebra needed some medication, Dr. Herman and her team would need to then assess
by weight.
By weight, exactly like they do for us humans. Mm-hmm. Okay, are we ready to move on to the X-ray? Please come in. And as you can see, it's very much a working room. They did X-rays just before you came on a wallaroo. This facility it's just incredible. I don't know if you have pets, cats, dogs, turtles, snakes, but my vet still has the old light box This is a digital X-ray machine, and this equipment cost a lot of money. I never touch it. I never touch it because, what you can do is, as I mentioned, we have the equine table on wheels, which I'll show you in the surgery. So they could have brought that zebra in, rolled it straight in here, and then they could just place the table here with the zebra on it and bring this right over. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If it's too, if the animal is too big to put onto the horizontal table. Mm-hmm. The walls are lined with lead. And why do you think that is, Jordan?
Well, so none of the X-rays get out of the room.
Yep.
None of the dangerous radiation, or.
Absolutely. Yeah. To protect the animal, the humans, and the animals on the other side of the door. Which species do you think we cannot treat in the hospital?
Well, giraffes.
Yes, that's one of them.
I'm trying to think of some other really large animal. I didn't get to see every animal yet.
Okay.
I would assume bison.
Yes.
I need to see more animals. That's all I can think of.
Maybe one with a trunk?
One of the who?
With a trunk?
With a trunk. Oh, you guys have elephants here?
We have elephants.
I didn't know there were elephants here.
Yes.
Okay, well, yes, elephants. I didn't realize that.
So, they are just too big to transport up to the hospital. But what our vet team and our zookeepers do is that if there's a problem, and also with their annual checkups, they will take all the portable equipment down to their exhibits and treat them in their night houses or off exhibit, capture that data, and then bring it up to the machines, and then Dr. Herman will make her diagnosis.
Awesome.
And now we're going to move into the large treatment room.
Okay.
So
it's definitely large.
Yeah, the vet team refer to this room as the core of the building. I call it the heart of the building. When I come up and do tours, this is where I usually see a lot of action taking place. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if that zebra had an X-ray and Dr. Herman then ascertained, now I want to do blood work, I want to do a full medical workup, we would bring it through on the equine table, could still stay on the equine table, which is over there, and just move it to this area where you've got your anesthesia equipment, your lights, we've got our dental equipment.
And the natural light, like you were mentioning earlier, it's very,
isn't it amazing?
Very pretty in here.
Yeah. And also, if we had to shave an animal, we've got this wet, the wet bath area here where we could shave it and prep it for surgery, or if we had to draw blood from it. Mm-hmm. Okay? And when we bring animals up here, we try to do as much as we can in the short amount of time that we have them. Because you don't want to be putting animals under anesthesia unnecessarily.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you something really cool. So I'll just bring it out here. I'm coming back.
Okay.
So, if you had surgery as a human, you'd have to have a mask. Now, this is why I think our techs are such genius. They're so creative. I mean, you can see this one. They sometimes have the names on. This was used on an eland. So this is just plastic bottle.
Giant animal.
It's been made into a very usable piece of equipment. I mean, this may be tiger, lion. This is for a lion. And then we also have tiny little ones right down to the size that would fall into a frog. Isn't it amazing?
That's hilarious. I love the ingenuity because this is just like a little...
It's just a water bottle.
Water bottle thing. Oh my gosh.
So I always tell kids, you never know what you're going to have to do when you work in the science and zoology field. I think this is so incredible.
It's amazing how their brains work to figure, to problem solve these kind of things.
Isn't it?
I lack that.
Okay, so let's travel with our zebra again.
Okay.
Now our zebra is now going to have surgery.
Okay.
So as you can see, came in, went through to X-ray, large treatment. They did all the pre-op work, and now we're going to move him through here on the equine table into our surgery. And what's so great about this table is you can lift it, and what he could do is lie dorsally and lift the two sides, so he would be very stable if he, say, needed a procedure on his stomach or one of his legs.
Wow.
We also have our endoscopy machine, which I just think is incredible. That has cables with little cameras on them. So you can either use it orally or through the rectum. And if you're looking for, say, a blockage, or you're trying to find out what is going on in the intestines, that's just an incredible piece of machinery.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's also another expensive piece of machinery.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I once asked one of our veterinarians, what was the coolest thing that you saw when you did an endoscopy? And she said I can't remember what animal it was that she was treating, but the camera was down and she said a little worm popped out. So she was looking, and I just think that's so cool. I mean, so there she was able to diagnose what the problem was. This little worm popped out. Did you see that?
Worms in the body. That sounds absolutely fantastic. That's
You're like, great.
Lovely.
We have these large windows. So if we had a tour group, or we had visiting surgeons or doctors, and Dr. Herman, she could just put on a headset and speak to them. So it's really cool that we have this capability.
Cool.
Then this room is our tech scrub room. You've got all your instruments that the surgeons will need for surgery. I don't know if you'd like to come in here. Absolutely spotless, where they keep all of their equipment.
This is when you get the glove test. And
yes. Yeah, get the glove test. Yeah. And then the vet techs would hand the pieces of equipment through to the surgeon, or they'd be in there with them.
I feel like this makes me think I'm at a drive-through window. Like, can I take your order?
I take your order.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm making silly jokes.
No,
this is a very professional setting right now.
No, it's fine. It's all good.
We're all professionals here.
Yeah. So this is our Hoofstock area. This is Trex. You know Trex wood? Well, it's made out of plastic milk bottles. But it's very pliable and malleable. So say, for example, the zebra was recovering from his procedure, and Hoofstock can tend to be a little bit skittish, as you know.
Yes.
Say he had to kick, you wouldn't want this to be wood, because then he might crack the wood and splinter, and then would have to go back into surgery. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to open for you, and I made sure there wasn't an animal in here, so don't worry. So our zebra would, if he was here, he'd had, say, for example, he'd had surgery, he would be he'd have indoor and outdoor access. And just mind your feet here, there's a little hump. And they would put down the appropriate bedding. It's incredible what our zookeepers do, just to prep everything so that the animal is comfortable for the duration of their stay. So if Dr. Herman said, okay, we need to sedate the zebra again, we've got to do another procedure, these little slots, depending on the size of the animal, is where they would dart them from.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay.
That's really cool. Little ports. That's awesome. They slide.
Yeah. Because we practice protected contact.
Yes.
That means in 95% of the cases, there's a barrier between the human and the animal for the safety of both.
Right. This is an incredible
It's a beautiful facility.
This is an incredible facility.
Yeah. So, Jordan, this building cost $10.8 million.
How many? Sorry, what was it?
$10.8 million in 2012 to build. So we're now 2022.
So
I don't know, maybe it would be double that now.
Inflation.
Yeah, with inflation, building costs, your supplies.
No, you guys, but that's obviously a huge investment for the well-being of the animals here at the zoo.
It's crucial. I mean, we can't do the work that we do without this facility. And Dr. Parrott, I think he took maybe close to 20 to 30 years to raise the funds from all those donors that you saw on the front wall to raise the money for this facility.
I think I overheard you on the radio a little bit ago that we have a special surprise.
Yes, we do. And I'd like to introduce you to Nikki Adams.
Hello.
She's one of our keepers in the hospital. And Nikki's got a surprise for you, Jordan.
Recently rescued.
What?
Yeah.